I feel like the only other person really around my age I just don't get along with at all. I'm gonna spill family stuff. We were at a family gathering and we had some bad blood between us, like mostly on my end. Like I'm gonna call her Anon, not the same Anon from the dead dog story. I'm gonna call her Anon. So Anon, we just have like very strong disagreements about things, and it's not like we've ever even talked about stuff. It's just like there's some stuff that she does that I find like morally reprehensible. And politics, it has nothing to do with politics. I don't even know what her politics are. But so Anon, like she just does some stuff that it hurts other people. So it's not something that I can just ignore. And she hurt me a few times when we were younger. So I see like how she is now, and she hasn't really changed at all. Like every time I see her, she's the same as she's always been. And I'm just like at one point, like recently, I was talking to a member of our family, and they were like, yeah, I noticed there's like some beef or something between you and Anon. Like, what's up with that? And I was like, I just don't like her, and I don't want to befriend her. That like rebuilding that like these bridges is just not something I'm up for. I don't think I will ever be able to respect her. I don't think I'll ever be able to value her as a fellow human being. She has done some stuff to me that I will never be able to forgive. It's just like, that's just how it is. She has done things to me and I feel like I'm generally a pretty forgiving person. Ironically, as much as I talk about like grudges and stuff on streams, I'm pretty quick to let stuff go. You know, if you stood me up for a hangout, you know, like I'll be mad about it in the moment, and I'm not necessarily going to forget it. Like I'm gonna be aware, like, okay, you are the kind of person that, like, if I make plans, like I should be aware that you might potentially flake without saying anything, you know, like I don't necessarily like hate you or whatever, but I am now aware of like that part of your character. But it's whatever. Like everybody has flaws. So I'm not going to be like caught up in it, I guess. You know what I mean? But with Anon, like I would go so far as to say that I feel unsafe around her. But it had been a while. So at a family gathering, like I wasn't like hanging around the gathering because I can't do like the big crowd stuff. I can't do cramped room with big crowds and like that kind of environment. Like I can't do it. And then especially like, oh, like if people start like pulling out their phones, then I get like panicked thinking that they might be like recording and stuff, and it freaks me out. So I was hanging out in the car. I was hiding in the car because I was like, I'll wait for everybody to disperse. I don't want to be in the group yet, you know? At least suspicious. And I was like super like freaking out. I actually messaged Sakana. I was like, Sakana, am I a bad person for not attending family events? Like, I'm here physically, but like not like actually going inside. And he was like, no, man, Facebook is your biggest enemy. Oh, I was hiding in the car. Emotional support fish. Yeah, emotional support fish. I have family members that are just like glued to social media. So I just don't want to be around that, you know. I gotta wait for certain people to disperse, and in the meantime, like I can just like hang out, you know. Like it's fine. I'm chill. So one of my other family members brings me out a plate of food, and I'm like, oh, you didn't have to do that. I didn't even know that you knew I was out here, but thank you. She's like, oh yeah, Anon made a plate for you. And I was like, oh, wow, huh. That was very kind of her. Wow. I was very surprised. Very taken aback. I was a little bit touched. Like, oh, she like thought to bring me out food. That's kind of crazy. Thanks for poison. I was like, I did start feeling sick later, and I did start to like schizo out a little bit, thinking that maybe she did mess with it. But anyways, so I did eat it. And then later on in the night, after most of the crowd had dispersed, I like popped in. I was like, oh, and I saw Anon, and I said, oh, thank you for the plate of food. And it was like, yeah, you're welcome. And so then I'm like talking to some other members of the family. I'm like, yeah, Anon even made me a plate of food. And I find out it was the lady who brought me out the food. It was her idea. It was her idea. She wanted me to have food. So she went to go make me a plate of food. Anon said, no, don't worry, I'll go make it. And then she went to go grab food so she could flirt with one of the guys that was at the counter. There was like a family friend at the counter that I guess she had been like flirting with all night. And he went to go get food. And so she used that as an excuse to go make a plate as well. What the fuck? What the fuck, man? What the fuck? And the family member that brought me out the food, like, she conveniently like left that part out. That it was that A, it was her idea, and then B, like she did it to go like flirt with some guy. Yeah, damn. So it's not even the thought that counts. Exactly. It's not even like, oh well, she like, yeah, it was somebody else's idea, but like she put thought into like choosing what to put on the plate and stuff. No, it's so fucked up. That ass got you. Some people don't change. Some people don't change, you know? And it's like, was this like a end of the world thing? Was this even like necessarily like a bad thing? No. But it is like a splash of water in the face, you know, of like, even when there's like a little glimmer of like, oh, well, like, I'm not ready to accept any sort of apology or anything. But like, does that mean that like Anon like is like apologetic? She's not. Yeah, and then I find out like all this other shit about her, and I'm like, because like all the family gossip starts going, and I'm just like, oh my god, she's still doing shit. She's still playing games. She's still playing games. She ain't never gonna change, Pippa. I don't think so. Well, Pippa is the black sheep of my family. Everyone knew you were there. People never change. People just never change. But yeah, it's so, I don't know. It's just so awkward. Family events are just so awkward. And I like my parents do like talk about me a bit, right? Like especially Papakin. Like Papakin like straight up brags. He's very proud, which is very sweet. But it does lead to questions from other family members like, "Oh, what is it that you do?" And I have to be like, I'm into digital marketing. And they're like, "Oh, what does that mean? Blah 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 blah." And I'm like, "It's really not interesting. It's not interesting." And then like something interesting will come up, in my opinion, like Japan. Like they'll find out that I go to Japan every once in a while, and they'll be like, "Oh yeah, when are you going back to Japan?" And I'll be like, "Oh, well soon." Blah 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 blah. And then they change the topic. When we get into something that I'm actually like able to talk about and want to talk about, they don't care. They don't care. It's like they can sense it. They're not interested in Japan. They don't care, bro. They don't. Classic. I know that feeling. It kind of hurts. Man. It's like I want to feel like I'm part of the family too, but when we're talking about stuff that like either I can't talk about or I'm just trying to like be part of your guys' conversations, I'm just like going like, oh wow, that's crazy. And like if I'm asked a question, I get all like stuttery and stupid because I'm so nervous. I'm like fucking physically breaking down. It was so awkward. Like hanging out with family recently, we were at the dinner table and like it was like tacos that we were eating. And they were on like the other side of the table. Like the meat was on the other side of the table. And it was like nobody's like asking anybody to hand them anything. So I just like stand up a bit and have to like lean over somebody else to like try and get some of like the taco meat. And it's just so, I'm just like standing there and then the taco meat wouldn't come off the fork. So I'm just like, just fucking spilling my spaghetti yet. Fucking so awkward. So awkward. Most people only listen to results. They're prejudiced about their image of you. I'm pretty sure white people tacos? No. I'm pretty sure that like a lot of my family just view me as like the weird computer person. You know what I mean? I think their perception of me is that I'm just the weird computer person. And they know that like computers are the future and computers are now. White people tacos. It wasn't white people tacos. It's like they know computers are like the future and everything, and that the computers like it can help you make really good money and stuff. But they also just still have like that sort of like it's like contempt for otaku kind of. You know what I mean? You're like the weird kind of computer person. It's like, what the fuck? I found out, so some of my family does know that I stream because I've like streamed at their house and stuff. And I found out that like their kids have also attempted streaming. Is it like narcissistic to be sad that nobody asked me about it? Is it like an ego move to be like kind of upset that they didn't try to ask you at all, like for help or like for any sort of guidance or just input or anything? It's like I think about like how when I was younger, like I wanted to be like a lawyer, and so I want to be a lawyer and then a doctor, and I was always trying to find like family connections that were involved in the field because I really wanted to like job shadow. I wanted to learn like what it's like from somebody actually in the field, you know? So like why don't they want to do that to me? What the hell? From experience, never make yourself the family expert on anything. I'm not. Other than to Mamakin and Papakin, I'm the computer expert. I really don't want to bother you. I even have her number. Like one of the kids. I even have her number. And then she only attempted to reach out after at one point she had a birthday and I gave her, quite frankly, a very large gift. And then she wanted to reach out. I think to just say thank you. But it feels like a woman moment, but I can't say for sure. Like you only want to talk to me after I give you a gift. You don't want to talk to me about streaming or video games or nothing. I guess like the situation that I'm in is I've never really felt like I was part of my family. I've always felt like I was kind of on the outskirts of it, and I just don't know how to like deal with those emotions. I don't know how to deal with those emotions, you know? Trying my best to be optimistic. Probably the same for most viewers here. I'm sorry if you guys have to deal with that as well. If you have to deal with that as well, I'm sorry. Because it fucking sucks. It sucks to not be able to connect with the people that you're told you're supposed to. You're told these are the people that you'll see for the rest of your life. And even when you're young and you think, oh no, like people come and go. Like they do end up always coming back in some form or another. So family really is there forever. And that feeling of just, you almost feel like you're a ghost around them. You're an abnormal apparition. Maybe you occasionally make people uncomfortable, and that's like the extent of your existence. It's, I don't know. It makes me angry and sad. And then, I don't know. Pippa, you're smiling! Ah, I'm smiling! This is disheartening, yeah. Better than being a tool of the family, I guess. Disenfranchised. This is Buff Chat's Bakery. Not if you guys are going through it as well. Because it's not like there's a way to fix it. You know, some people just don't click. MGB's thank you. When people ask but don't care, it feels bad. But when family does it, it feels awful. It sucks. Yeah. It's like, I don't know. It's like, I feel like you have to be able to tell, right? Like when I am opening up, I feel like when I'm talking to people and I feel like they're opening up to me, it's like, oh, like hell yeah, they're opening up. Oh, okay, I want to learn more about them. Like, oh, they like this thing? Well, I don't fucking know what that is and I don't really care about it, but what is it that they like about it? Like, educate me. Like, how can I like this thing that I previously did not give a fuck about? Oh, like I got a family member that fucking rambled to me about his goddamn beehives. I didn't know about bees. I didn't care about bees. It's like, hell yeah. Tell me about your bees, bro. And it's like when you do it with people, when you start to open up, they don't care. And then you feel like an asshole for expecting them to care. It's like, fuck. Like, am I just a narcissist for expecting anybody to care what I have to say? Is it greedy to want to be part of the family as well? Or is just nobody part of the family and we're all faking it? I don't know. You're thinking too much. It's called being human. You expect in-kind treatment. Oh, you're longing for connection from people who just don't have it to give. Everyone's faking it usually. And Peachy, thank you. I can already imagine. You wouldn't know about streaming, Auntie. You do digital marketing. I mean, those kids know what I do. Ada, thank you. I cut myself off from my extended family for a couple years after some stuff happened and only recently started hanging out with them. Very awkward and I have nothing to chat with them about. Person sells wife, thank you. They don't care. I make 3D anime girls. Precious, then thank you. Like, even though my parents are proud of me and my accomplishments, some of them don't understand and treat you like something under a microscope. Something gross under a microscope. I do thank you. We cut off my dad's brother since they're opportunistic a-holes that ruined a situation with greed. My friends are more family than those people. Don't feel bad that your family got you with shit. It's like, that's why I feel like even more of an asshole, because like, they're not, like the bulk of them aren't bad people. No, they're not bad. We just don't connect at all. And then, like, they will be friends with, like, the people that I do view as actually bad people. Red Table, I thank you. One of the best things I've learned is that you can't choose your family, but you can choose your friends. General Cut, thank you for the 20! It depends. My parents and siblings are great people, but my uncles, aunts, and cousins thrived by stepping on us for over 20 plus years. But now that we're at the top, they loathe us. Gianluca, thank you for the $200. I used to feel the same way about my family. Ended up cutting ties with everyone except my mother. Never regretted it once. You can't choose what family you're born in, but you can choose who you let stay in your life. Hey, Lincoln, thank you. My immediate family is hella fragmented. I had 2 siblings. One of them I was close to, but they're dead. I'm sorry to hear that. The other 2, we don't talk to each other. Like, oh, thank you. We don't fit with family, so we've come to Pippa. Oh, well, welcome. I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna keep existing around family, around my broader family, but kind of treat them like cats. You know, it's like I acknowledge your existence, and if you want attention, I can give you some attention. But like, I understand you'll keep to yourself. Yeah, at an arm's length. Andrea Scarlet, thank you. If I completely gave up on an attempt to connect with my family, and I'm glad I at least found friends among Kabibis. Maybe it's not okay, but I'm happy. I think as long as you're happy. Thank you. Unfortunately, I have a normal family, no stories. I always wondered if like kids with like perfect families ever feel self-conscious about it, because I feel like you're actually the abnormal one. Like, most people have kind of like fucked up families. So if your family is like perfectly normal and was loving and you didn't really have much strife in your childhood, like, do you feel out of place in a world full of people who are surrounded by fucked up people? Python Hair, thank you. Still time to start a new family. What the fuck? Hope things stay at least all right with your current family. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Oh, everyone has issues. I mean, everyone has issues, but some people do just have happy families. My family knows I'm a hermit. They understand and are cool with it. Hell yeah. Oh god, thank you for the 10. I feel like my family knows I'm a hermit and acts like they're cool with it, but it's still like a mark against my character. Do you know what I mean? It's like something that can be used to establish the social hierarchy. Family Christmas is so awkward. There's nothing worse than family Christmas. Family Thanksgiving is fine. Family Christmas is awkward. Because there's always, in my experience, there's always that one family member that's like too eager to get gifts. And if it's a kid, like, that's okay. I don't care. But when there's like an adult that's being like too eager to get gifts, that makes me extremely uncomfortable. I feel like my parents very much taught me like, oh, like if you don't get something from somebody, like, you should be grateful that they even got you anything at all to begin with. So I've had like some family members where like there was one year when I was much younger. And this one family member, she was like to this other family member who was kind of like the cash cow of the family, I guess, which is really fucked up, but that's just how a lot of people viewed her. Like, she like went up to her and she was like, oh, you got me my Uggs, right? You got me my Uggs? I really wanted Uggs. I'm really hoping that I got my Uggs. Because you said that you were going to get them for me a few weeks ago. And then you said, oh, wait until Christmas. So I'm just really hoping. And then she like went into the room that the gifts were stored and started opening people's stuff. And I just kind of, I don't know. That's a disorder. She might have a fucking disorder, man. Because like, how do you Uggs in this day and age? Now, this was a long time ago. This was like when Uggs were trending. Ben IRL. How old was this person, Pippa? An adult. She was an adult. I don't know, man. And now, like, just in general, when I see anybody act like even a little bit like that, I get like put on edge. I'm like, oh god. Oh god. I don't know. Sure, then you look at who came out of their cave as moment. Oh my god, they did that to me all the time. And when I asked them, I asked my family, because I always believed when I was younger that if I just tell people to stop doing something and that it makes me uncomfortable, that I'm communicating my feelings in a very mature way and people will listen to me. That's not how that works. They just make fun of you more. Rookie mistake, yeah. Rookie mistake. When you guys put a spotlight on me and say, look at who came out of their cave, I understand that you're not necessarily meaning to be negative or condescending. However, it does come off that way to me. I do feel... Alright, I was more careful about how I would word this stuff. I'd be like, I feel when you guys do that, you're sort of... And you may not necessarily mean to be, but you're sort of like... casting like a sort of like a downward shadow on me. Like, it feels like you're making a spectacle out of my preferences and boundaries. Like, I would say shit like that, and yeah, they're othering you. Yeah, I would say shit like that, and then it would be like, yeah, implied disdain. That's a really good word for it. Like, I would say shit like that, and they would be like, well, if you came out of your cave more, then we wouldn't have to say stuff like that. And I'd just be like, well, now I don't want to be around you guys because you've made me uncomfortable.
And I would say that, and I would like retreat back, and then it would be even more mocking. It would be, oh, now you're throwing a tantrum about it. Oh, look who's pouting. Oh, you know we didn't mean it in a bad way. Blah 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 blah. And it's like, I couldn't handle it. I didn't know how to handle it, so I would just retreat back. It's like, if you're gonna be an asshole about me telling you my feelings, like, and I don't want to be around you, and I'm not going to be around you. Like, what the fuck? Like, I was a lot younger then, and I just didn't understand. Like, I didn't know what they wanted from me. And it felt like if they were going to be mean, then I should just tank the mean comments that they're about to say and go back to being comfortable. Because why should I extend myself and just be made fun of for the entire hangout? Why should I be there? Why should I bother? It's just, apparently it's bad for everybody. And I would even say that. I'd be like, well, like this isn't fun for anybody then. And they would be like, oh, of course it's fun to be around you. You're just, I don't know why you're taking it so personally. We're not actually making fun of you. And it's like, but you are. And when I said you hurt my feelings, you made fun of me again. And Lincoln, thank you. What the fuck? Ball, thank you. When is the next 24-hour Civ stream? I do plan on doing one as a makeup. You're on the right on this. Don't tolerate weird gaslighty behavior like that. Being condescended to is never fun. I don't know. They act like making fun of you is absolutely non-negotiable. Yeah, I think that's what bothers me the most. Is like, I'm not even saying... I'm not trying to, like, language control you or whatever. You know, I'm not tone policing you. I'm not saying, oh, well, don't talk about the fact that I spend most of the time in the room, or don't talk about the fact that like this or that. You know, I'm just like this is making me uncomfortable. Like, I don't like you're making me feel uncomfortable with this. And then instead of just like moving on or whatever, like, you know, I don't expect an apology or anything. You just keep fucking honing in on the exact thing that I said being uncomfortable. And they would do it about like my rabbits. I've talked about this quite a few times because it just still gets to me. Like, when I was younger, like, I really loved my pet rabbits. And like, they would like use that against me, like talking about eating them and talking about stories of how they killed and ate rabbits and their days on the farm and how much they love hunting rabbits and blah blah blah. And I'm like, you know, I'm not saying you can't like talk about this stuff or whatever, just don't do it when I'm around. Don't do this in the context of my pet. Like, why are you doing this to me? What did I do to make you want to do this to me? I just don't understand. I don't, like, what do you want? What do you want from me? I don't get it. I still don't get it. All these years and I still don't get it. Spider, thank you. If they didn't ask for streaming help, would you think they're only using you for that? I'd hate that feeling too if we weren't close before. I don't know. I don't know how I would feel in that situation. I don't know. Maybe if they knew, like, who exactly I was and were trying to, like, leverage it of, like, oh, like, can you get me a collaboration with so-and-so or whatever? Like, that would be, like, maybe then I would think that they were only using me. But I think, like, just job shadowing isn't, or asking for help. I don't think that's using somebody. Rexel, thank you. Most not narcissistic to think that perhaps they don't want to bother you with it or think that you judge them, pull out the brainworms. I feel like in family gatherings and stuff, it's not your job to try and make somebody develop a thicker skin. I feel like you're around your family, and unless you really know somebody, like, what you're doing is just gonna be most likely pretty fucked up. You're basically just tormenting somebody for no reason. And even, like, with parents. Like, I've talked about how my relationship with my parents was pretty rocky for a long time. I don't think a lot of the stuff that they did, that, like, how do I say this? Like, it was well-intentioned on their part. But stuff that, like, oh, she'll figure it out on her own, or, oh, like, you should know this or that. Like, I talked to Mamakin the other night, actually. We're having a little bit of a heart-to-heart, and I was like, yeah, like, when I was younger, like, I remembered, like, you, like, speaking poorly of me to other people, and when I confronted you on that, you told me not to listen in. And I feel like still just doesn't get it, but I feel like some of the stuff that she did do did help, I guess. Where, like letting me figure out a lot of stuff on my own, I'm grateful for. Because I've seen, and I didn't really understand this until, like, I became an adult and saw how some people parent their children. There's definitely, like, a type of parent where, like, what they'll do is, like, their child will have an issue with something and they'll basically just remove the child from that equation entirely. They'll say it's like, maybe the child doesn't know how to, like, mow the lawn. instead of like telling the child like, oh, well, go figure it out. Start tinkering with it. Figure it out, you know? They'll be like, fine. And they'll just like do it themselves or pay somebody else to do it or whatever. You know, like they just remove the child from the situation entirely. So I'm very grateful. I think like that's an example of something that makes somebody like grow a thicker skin is when, you know, like sometimes you do just need to throw your kid to the wolves, I feel like. To be fair, a lawnmower is not a toy. I'm not saying send your 4-year-old out there or whatever, but like
Mowing the lawn without training is dangerous for a child.
I don't know, man. I think that depends.
Telling me figure it out on your own when I was a kid, I always took it as forget it, it's not important. Really? I feel like when I was younger, it's like, oh, I don't know how to use the lawnmower. Okay, well, go figure it out. For me, that's like, okay, I need to start using my brain. I need to start thinking about like, how have I seen other people use the lawnmower? Like this is fine. This is fine. Candlejack, thank you. Are they aware they're making you sad, or do they think because of your special family blood you should be able to handle it? I don't know. And nowadays people will still do it to me sometimes. My family sometimes will still do it, but it's like, maybe it's just because I'm so used to it, but I'm able to like brush it off more easily and redirect the conversation, I guess. Or maybe it's the fact that I don't give any sort of feedback at all makes them move on. I don't know. Actually, Winston, thank you. People get defensive when confronted and we'll find out at the moment, but lots of people do improve even if they don't take it to heart immediately. You know how to manage it, yeah. Chat, if any of you guys deal with stuff like that and you still don't know how to deal with it, you just redirect the conversation. Excellent Alpha, thank you. I mostly lurked. Do I get immunity or I'm still on trial? Immunity. You're also older now, not a teenage girl. Yeah. Get good at dodging questions. But I also think I have no regrets about going and hiding in my room. Maybe it was really immature. Maybe I was being a baby about it. Maybe I should have just grown thicker skin. I really feel like you don't need to be around people that bring you down. And I don't look back on those incidents. I feel like maybe like how far I took it was bad. Because there would be like times where it's like, oh, I know these people are coming over, so I'm just gonna hide in my room entirely and never come out. And I'm gonna stockpile food in my room and then like wait it out. Like I'm not gonna drink any liquids so I don't have to use the restroom, so I don't ever have to go out. Like that is how far I would take it. And that's a bit much. That's a bit much. Dude, same. But I just didn't want to stop gaming. That didn't like end up what it became is like I just don't want to fucking give up video games to go hang out with some assholes. What jumping, thank you. They don't think about what they say and resent you for trying to make them feel bad about it. In their mind, there wasn't a problem, then you had a problem, so the problem must be with you. Selfish. I agree with that. I think that's an accurate view of the situation, in my opinion. Because it's like, are you freaking out on me? I tried to draw a small boundary. And you're getting mad at me. I'm only ashamed to admit I've pissed in a water bottle to avoid going to the bathroom when family was over. Listen, man, I thought about it. Some families just mean. I feel like most of my family has calmed down, though. There's some people that I'll just never be able to get along with. Speaking of which, I found out that my sister allegedly, like, stalks my online profiles. If you're seeing this, hello. I don't like you. I don't like you. I think you're a bad person. I don't want to be around you. But you've been good content. You've been very good content. Yeah, that's what you give for locking me in a dog crate, is I've turned you into content. You know, I should be grateful. I should be grateful for the years of torment. Because I do just have so many stories now.
Everybody, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to Low Effort Clips. That's right, Low Effort Clips, right here on YouTube.com. Yeah, and hit the notification bell. Yeah.